Okay, it's time for an update video. I don't even remember the last time I did one, but here we are for March 2018. There's a few things I want to talk about that plans and other miscellaneous things. So let's get started with the first thing on the list is the website update. I have been working not hard, not tirelessly, but I have been working on the website backend finally. I have a database now that I connect to and I load and I can add stuff to it using the forms I put on the web page. Well, it's not all together yet, but it's getting there where I can actually do it, but not all of it's updated to the site yet. But at least it's a work in progress. After I really confirm all of that, what I plan to do also is kind of change the layout a little bit, because I've been saying for a while that I want the website to be a bit more critical to the channel. It's just I've been kind of slow on it, but now I finally sat down and got back into programming, which, you know, is the hard part, really. So with that, yeah, I hope you can go check it out at some point, because I'd really like you to see it, the new updates. Next thing is PC backup / testing. I think I meant to say troubleshooting, but whatever, I wrote testing. Yeah, if you've been following my stuff a little bit, mostly on Twitter I've written it, but sometimes during the LPs I mentioned, I've been having some issues with my PC from time to time. It's been good for the past little while though. The last big issue I had was a problem during recording Ys Origin, a Blue Screen of Death, which never happens during Steam games. And then I had a big problem that I recovered from at least, but I've been meaning to do this for a while because it goes into something I want to also add. Editing is something I have not been able to do for a long time, about a year or so. Yeah, about a year. I haven't done any editing because it just causes trouble, you know, so it's about time that I do some testing, mostly memory testing and driver testing, which is going to take a while to do, which is why I haven't done it yet. I'm going to need to like dedicate a day to do it. I hope to do that within the next month-ish. I might have some time coming up in April, which I'll get into later for sure. I just realized I'm going to be talking longer than the music track itself, so at some point I'm going to have to switch it out, which will be fun, won't it? Because you don't want to just hear my voice. Anyways, next up, anime reactions. Okay, so I've been doing Konosuba and Pop Team Epic, and so far the reception for Konosuba from the people who've been watching has been good. They've been watching along, I guess, and mostly thumbs up. Pop Team Epic is another story, though. That one has not been going over too well, with mostly people disliking it for whatever reason. High views but disliking. However, you will notice that Pop Team Epic has disappeared from my channel, if you bother to pay attention. Not because of the dislikes, but because I believe Pop Team Epic videos are getting hit hard with copyright stuff, and I would rather not at all get involved with that, because this is like, I do not want to lose my channel for something that was not related to LPs to begin with. So for the moment I have privatized all Pop Team Epic videos until either things blow over or maybe they may not indefinitely return. I have not decided yet for episode 10 what I want to do with it. I'm going to watch it at some point, I just don't know if I want to record it. I finished Konosuba, the first season I guess you could call it, but I definitely want to continue it, the second season, whatever you want to call it, but I just want to hear more from you guys. Do you actually want to see it? Because I mean, the way I'm doing it is to hide all video, well, at least except for the subtitles and the audio, so that, you know, I don't get hit on any of that. But I just don't know if people want me to continue with it, or maybe it's just a one-time thing that people want to see and they don't really care. I'd like more input on it. But there is a worry about copyright, so I'm not sure if that should go on the main channel or somewhere else. That is something I am going to have to decide. Alright, next up. And this is one that I've been thinking about working on for the past few weeks, and I finally decided to do something with it. Patreon. Okay, so maybe about 2 years ago I created a Patreon, give or take. And obviously, it wasn't a very good effort at it. I barely talked about it, advertised it, or whatever. But this time, I think I'm going to go a bit more serious to it. Now, let's get another track going here, actually, because I need to do so. You don't want to hear just my voice, so sorry about this, folks. I'm doing this on the fly. How about this? Okay, cool. Some Xenoblade 2 music, since I'm playing it anyway. Now, I have created some reward tiers for the amounts if you want to give. If you don't want to give, it's fine. Nothing changes. I am not shy to say, or I'm not hiding the fact that I would like a secondary income, and this channel could be a venue to that if I can get people to want to give, you know, but no pressure at all. But I got to give you a reason to want to give, of course. So I've added a $1, a $5, a $10, and a $15 tier. $1 is a shout out on every video for that month. $5 is to vote on the guaranteed LP for that month. Basically, as soon as the Patreon thing goes through with the month, I don't really know how it works, I start the LP that was voted for the next day, pretty much. And I will try to, that'll be my main focus for the month. The next one I decided to add in for streaming again, because I haven't streamed in a while, but I think I could do maybe once a week streaming, maybe like Fridays or whatever, and this would be the vote for the game that I would pretty much stream for that month too, about every Friday or so. Oh yeah, also all previous, every tier you go up, the previous rewards count. Now, $15 I decided to make was all previous tiers, plus you get entered into a draw to win up to $30 worth of Steam games. That's right, you give $15 and you'll get $30 back in Steam. This one I'm going to add an asterisk and say 5 people minimum required to do so, because I'm not going to be like banking too much off if I keep giving away games. We do a quick calculation here. Let's say $15, 5 people give. I get $75 total, minus 30 means that I basically only profited $45, but I mean that's towards a game that I could get, or eventually towards, like, let's say a PS4. If more people give, I will add more draws into the contest, which means, let's say 10 people give, well, that's 2 draws per month, which means out of 10 people, 2 people a month will win, which means, hey, you're guaranteed to win possibly once or more than once every month. And if more and more and more people do, well, then I just continue giving out more games on Steam, maybe increasing the total amount I give, like 50 full-blown game, like brand new game, stuff like that. I wanted to come up with some reward tiers, and I think the $15 one is actually pretty decent because you actually get something in return for it. No pressure. If it fails, I just abandon Patreon like I have in the past, but this time I'm being a bit more serious about it. And last but not least, let's try and beat the music this time, actually, which I don't think I will, is, and you'll notice the colors of it, whatever, mid-April trip. Okay, so I'm going to be keeping a massive backlog of games because mid-April I'm actually going on a trip. I'm going to be out of the country, and during that time I will upload. I'm going to schedule uploads between, it's April 14th and about April 21st. So during that period, videos will be uploaded, but I will not be replying to anything. Oh man, I just beat 2 tracks. Yeah, so I will not be able to reply to comments or anything during that portion. If you want to know where I'm going, well, you can ask. If you don't care, whatever. Yes, it's actually the first time I'm doing a trip outside of like a 50-kilometer radius, believe it or not. Yeah, I've never really been that far. Mostly within bus or train or driving distance, and not even that far. A 50-kilometer radius. Yeah, it's because someone, I have vacation at the same time as someone, he insisted I go with him to here, so whatever, I'm doing it. And yeah, so yeah, during that period, uploads will be happening. I was going to schedule a backlog, and I won't reply to anything because I won't really have access to internet anyway. Very limited Wi-Fi. And that about concludes the updates for March 2018. I could say more, but you know what? I'll leave that for other times. These are the main things I wanted to talk about. Website update, doing some PC troubleshooting to maybe get back to editing, anime reactions, unsure if I should continue on copyright problems, Patreon rewards, but also for Patreon rewards, feel free to give me any suggestions of things you think might be good to add too. Maybe the $5 one could add something else, the $10 one especially, I'm not very happy with that one, but I had trouble thinking of rewards I could give. But let's face it, giving rewards to people is a reason for people to give. Now, I'm going to be, let's say I'm going to be a bit greedy here, but let's hypothetically say 100 people give $15. Well, that's a good amount of money actually, which means that I could give out like 10 games 10 $30 games a month, which means 10 people would win out of 100, which means, hey, you got a pretty good chance of winning, period. And I would maybe invest some money into the channel because I'd actually have a decent income coming from it. Hire someone to design stuff, maybe some music, whatever. I could hire people to actually do stuff and invest money in the channel, maybe try to make it better. I'm now above 550 subscribers, which is pretty good for a channel who's a nobody, I'd say. Not that people consistently watch, but it's decent for me. And of course, mid-April, not here at all. One of the first times. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope this information was useful for you. Probably not. I doubt anyone actually cares for these update videos. That's why I usually don't do them. I don't think people actually want to come here and say, oh, I wonder what he's up to. I wonder if there's anything going on. No one's ever asked that. Maybe one or two. But I figure on occasion I'll do them when there's things I want to talk about. And I've been delaying this for like a week or two. Anyways, thanks for listening, and suggestions, whatever. I want to hear all your input. Alright? Thanks for listening, and so long.